So we've got ourselves a Nunez SBC. Now, how can we grind him out for free? Is there a best way? Is there an easy way? What is the way that I would do it? So I finished him on the main account, so I thought, you know what, I've got to come on the second to show you what you've actually got to do. He is a phenomenal player, like genuinely quadruple playstyle plus. He's got himself some very good playstyles, which is just perfect in itself. Great stats, potential of a 98, depending on how Uruguay set up. If they've got him in, this could be a monster card going forward. He has got 5 SBCs to do. You've got the player group 27 is any team of the season or team of the week, just so you know. You've got a 90, 2 89s, an 88, and an 87. So, you are going to need to get yourselves 2 team of the season or team of the weeks at a minimum, and then the rest of the squad. So, it really isn't that bad in general. Now, if you are wanting to wait to see how well the card does, or how well the player actually does in the first Uruguayan match, I don't know when Uruguay actually play, but it will be now within the next day or two, because I'm pretty sure you've got the Copa America starting today or tonight even, which is going to be Argentina. Oh no, they've already started. So Argentina have already won 2-0 against Canada. And I think, so that'll be the opener. Then you've got Peru, Chile, Ecuador, and I think that's it. So looking at Sunday, we've got USA and Mexico. If we go one more, you have got Uruguay on the Monday. So if you wanted to wait till Monday to be able to see if he plays, which will be a big factor, I still think he's well worth it anyway. So how do I get all these cards? That's going to be the biggest question, because if I was to look at something like my club on this one, I haven't really touched it. We've got a few players. As you can see, we've kind of done a little bit of a team of the season grind for one player. We've obviously got a Lenormand from the 92 plus. I think it was Path to Glory or Make Your Mark. Then we've got Harry Kane. We've got a few others of fodder. So we've kind of got a very bare club in terms of special cards. Normally we've got a decent amount of gold, so we could probably get away with a lot of gold cards here. But if you are starting from absolute fresh and you've got nobody, you want to take yourselves over to the upgrade, because first and foremost, the Festival of Foot daily login is going to be perfect. You're going to get a bronze card, whack them in, doesn't matter the rating, bronze cards are irrelevant this year. You'll get yourself an 81 double, and then you'll also get your first objective done, or maybe not. No, you will. I was going to say, it'd be very weird not to. So that's going to give you an 81 times 2 as well. Now, you've got 6 days to get them done, so you could technically finish off all of these objectives before then. Following this, you have got all of the champs bonus. You've got we'll kind of go away from the Argentinian one. We've got a player that you can go and get. He's going to be 93 rated, that to be honest, you could just put into an upgrade anyway, or put into the SBC. You have then got the Festival of Cup 2, which is going to give you more and more packs again. Then you've obviously got the seasonal, which is going to be more points for the season. And then if you've done the ladder, you can obviously go ahead and put more players back into that SBC. We then have got the 81 doubles that we can open, and that's just going to be objectives just in general, to be honest. So if we was to look at the 81 double, see if we can actually get anything, 9 times out of 10, the 81 double is not going to be the thing that saves your team. To be fair, we did get an 87 straight off the bat. Now, if you are struggling for a team, and maybe you do get a duplicate like that, say you've been very misfortunate and you've got yourself an 87, you have 187 gold, and it so happens you got a duplicate, the exchange is your best friend. It's going to be an absolute beautiful place. It's a place to hang out when you definitely need to not put him into an SBC, because you're going to get yourselves a lovely 19 player pack back. Now, once we've obviously done that, because the exchange is perfect, if you're not quite ready for an SBC and you've got one duplicate in there and you want to continue the grind, then just whack them in here and get the cards back. That's the perfect scenario, so you don't have to either go buy players, and you can obviously keep grinding with the packs without having it as a kind of a refresh or something. So what we've got going on at the moment, we have got the 90 plus team of the season upgrade. If you've not done that already, it's a repeatable every 3 days. You've obviously got the Galazzo hero if you really wanted to. The 86 double that's going to require 85s. That's going to be perfect because none of them go into Nunez SBC. You've got the Make Your Mark Team 1. You've got yourselves the 79 times free Best of Nations upgrade. You've got an 81 player pick, Team of the Week, which is good for the actual SBC. And then obviously loads of different stuff that is just random down here. We also had the 92 plus Festival of Football upgrade, which is going to be perfect for higher rated fodder if you are looking for that 90 rated team. So what's the upgrade? What is the trick there? So you've got the choice at the moment until Monday to do the 81 player pick or the 79 times free. Now there is definite arguments between both of them. You've obviously got a 1 of 4 81 plus pick that, to be honest, hasn't been great. I'm not going to kind of sit here and say that it's the best thing ever, because generically it's great for medium fodder. I got a decent amount of higher rated fodder, but I don't know if I got a little bit lucky with that. I managed to get two, I want to say it was either, I think it was Make Your Marks, but they were the exact same player, so I don't know if that really counts, to be honest. You might as well have just given me the same player and literally just let me put them both into the club, but we had to put them into SBC, so that is where it's at with this. Now, I'm a big fan of the 1 of 4 picks anyway, because I just feel like sometimes they just give you a bit more. As you can see here, you maybe get 84, 85 as the common pick. You'll get a lot of 82s and a lot of 83s. Whereas the 79 times free, you forget how many players there is between 79 and 80 to the 81. Now, if you was to wait till Monday, which is going to give you a little bit extra of time to go, you don't obviously need any rares for this as well, so that is kind of another benefit. You don't need to put rares, but to be honest, it really doesn't matter about rares. You're not going to run out with any of them. You obviously then have no choice but to put them back in if they are duplicate, because there is no kind of picking a different player. Sometimes this is going to be great for the fodder choices. Lukaku, I think, going to be. So we get an 84, but then you get the options here. So obviously I've got an 82 and a 79 that will go back into it. Now you can say the same for the player picks, but realistically, you're more than likely, or should, get a lot more than 82s. It should be at the minimum 83s, which can go into other SBCs and other upgrades. So I personally do like the player picks. If I was thinking for the most kind of effective in terms of recycling back in, the 79 times free's got to be the way, to be honest, because if you don't get anybody, you get 3 players to put straight back in. You only requires 11, like the 81 player pick does. The only thing is, you've got to be a bit more attentive with it, because you've obviously got to put in whatever the duplicates are. With the 81 player pick, there's a chance I don't get any duplicates, or there's a chance I have 3 duplicates and one of them is not. And say it's the 81, I can just go pick the 81 instead. So with all of the fodder here, when it comes to the 85s, 84s, 83s, I'd be putting them into the Team of the Week pick to obviously get them to be for more SBCs. You've then got all of the 85s and under to be able to do the 84 times 7, the 86 doubles, and anything else that does require 85 and below. So I think what is this, an 86? 85 as well, so that's going to be perfect, because with Nunez you've got the 87, I believe it is, to start with. That for me, I would try and go for 86 87s as the kind of predominant card, maybe even throw in an 88 if you really want to, but you want to be keeping to them two. You'd need 9 87s and 2 86s. If you throw an 88 in, I think you can get away with 3 or 4 86s, but then you want to go up. So once you've done that first one, anything from 86 and below will just be going into upgrades. So it'd be starting to do the Galazzo, or what you can do with it is any 86 and 85s and then eventually 87s. Once you're onto the 89 and 90s, you can obviously go ahead and exchange everything. So that's going to be the perfect way to be able to get fodder back in. Instead of buying the cards that obviously you need, you want to be going in and doing the 89, because what you could do from here, for instance, if I was looking at Allison, for instance, we get 51 players from this. You cost you barely anything to be able to get that. It's really, really cheap to find these players now, especially at that kind of very low 89s. When you go over to Footbin, you'll be able to see that if you look at 89s here, you've got them for 20,000 coins. Always double check the 90s and 91s, because sometimes you'll find someone a little bit cheaper. So if I go on Neymar and he's like 21, 22k, but then I go check one of these lovely kind of Make Your Marks or Path to Glories, and there say I find a snipe at 19 or 20 because they're in packs more, then obviously go for that and put that in. It doesn't matter if you've got like a crazy 92 for 19,000 coins. Unless you put it into an SBC, then obviously with that, it's the same. It's an 89 and you use them as an 89. So for instance, with this one, we got Todibo again, so we'd obviously put him into another upgrade. That's the problem with the 79 times free in my opinion. But say we go for this 51 player pick, there is chance that you do get some walkouts back. That's always a nice one. We're going to get hopefully Endler. No, that's not going to be Endler. I don't even know who that is. Oh, it's 83 or 84. 83. So at the minimum, you're getting 83s back that can go into Team of the Week picks. We then have all of these fodder players that can go back then into more player picks, more kind of upgrades, whichever you choose. Now, like I said, the big thing is if you like the player picks but you want to wait for the 82, that is more than fine as well. Try and get as many upgrades done in these as possible and just save your fodder. Try and kind of munch around all of the SBCs that you can do, your daily golds, your daily silvers, the bronzes, then obviously the tradable Team of the Week. You could even throw in a few league SBCs if you really want, but to be fair, that method really has kind of like passed its ship, to be honest now. And then once you've done that, you can go do the 82 player picks once that comes out on Monday, unless they want to give us 83 player picks. That would be even better. Once you've gone through that, then you should have a good basis. You're exchanging anything that's not going to go into the SBC. You're doing all the other upgrades, you're exchanging them, and then kind of building your club out. And that should then give you enough fodder to be able to go in and do one, and then you come back out, you do another 89 exchange, and you just keep going round. You put one back in, you take one back out. It's just a constant cycle, and that will literally get him done for absolutely nothing. Now, if you wanted to just buy the 89s and go and do the exchange that way and not exchange anything you get back, that's another way of doing it. You more than likely will get a few make your marks. You might even get a few high rated 91 92s that way, but it is going to be a little bit more difficult than just saying that that's going to require pack luck. I can't guarantee you to be able to get complete make your marks every single time, but if you do get one or two, that's going to be perfect for the 90. And obviously then if you've done the 90, it's going to be great for the 89 and 88s, because it's just going to make you be able to put so many low rated golds. If I have a 92 in the 89, I could definitely put a couple of 87s in, a couple of 88s, and then finish it off with 89s, rather than just having to strictly go 989s, 288s. So it is just that sort of grind. Let me know down below if you are kind of struggling with it, if you need any more help, and I will catch you all for the next one. Peace.